Now, at a time that we've been reporting here on India Today about the endless delays and woes of passengers as a result, here's an incident of a flight passenger who was stuck in the washroom of the plane. This is in fact a Bengaluru flyer who was trapped in the washroom through the entire duration of a Mumbai-Bengaluru flight. The flyer was stuck in the washroom for 2 hours, even during the landing, because of some problem in the door, because of which the flyer couldn't open the door and neither could the crew members actually help this flyer. What you see on the right of your screens is a note that was slipped through the door of the lavatory to the flyer to reassure them, to ensure that they do not panic from the crew members. And you see that text there. It says very clearly, do not panic. We are trying to do everything we can to help you. This flyer was actually stuck inside the lavatory, inside the washroom for 2 hours, including during the landing, which is extremely dangerous. For a whole 2 hours of the entire duration of the Mumbai-Bengaluru flight, this passenger was stuck inside the washroom. Even as we're getting you the details, let's show you what's written on that note. It says, we tried to open the door, however, we could not. Do not panic. We're landing in a few minutes. So please close the commode lid and sit on it and secure yourself. So this is what has been written by the Spicejet crew on board that plane. They slipped it through the door underneath the lavatory, underneath the door of the lavatory essentially, to reach it to the passenger, to tell him not to panic and to follow necessary norms to ensure that he was safe while landing was taking place. You can only imagine the kind of trauma that this passenger would have gone through, but the message from the crew was constantly do not panic. For the entire duration of the 2 hours on board that aircraft from Bengaluru to Mumbai, he was stuck inside the washroom. The door reportedly wasn't opening, and that's why nobody could even come to his rescue. Nagarjun Dwarkanath is joining us with more details on this absolute nightmare essentially for any flyer, Naga, to be stuck the entire duration inside the lavatory. It's also a huge safety risk.
That's absolutely true. In fact, this incident happened on 16th when a flyer was flying from Mumbai to Bengaluru is what we are told, and then just after the takeoff was done and the seatbelt signs were off, the passenger entered the lavatory. If I'm not wrong, the passenger was seated on 14th row is what we are told. And then when he entered the restroom and he locked it, the lavatory or the restroom got closed and locked and he was unable to open it. And he shouted for for help, and also the cabin crew came to him, and the cabin crew from outside also could not open the door. And then later they informed the captain. The captain said, nothing can be done if you are unable to open it. Let's land the plane in Mumbai, in the airport in Bengaluru, and then call the ground engineer to break open the door. And in between, the passenger started to panic and he started to bang the door saying, please let me out, help me. And that's when the small chit was written by the air hostess or the cabin crew and slid it through the door saying, do not panic, sir. We will land very soon at the airport. Please sit on the commode itself and brace yourself for impact, so that because you don't have seat belts and there's a lot of inertia going, so you might be moving in the lavatory as well, and it's a very claustrophobic closed space. It's hardly 2 feet by 1 feet if people have seen it. And that's the reason they slid saying the engineers will come break open. And once the plane was landed, the ground engineers came on board, broke open the door, took the passenger to the doctors and gave him first aid, and now he's doing good is what the reports are coming in.
Extremely traumatic experience, I'm sure. But thanks, Nagarjun, for joining us with those details.